Cyclone Yasi is so strong that it's forecast to travel as far as Mount Isa. This is a mining region that's 600 miles inland. Now, the cyclone has already shuttered copper mines and coal mines. Now, so for more on the impact that the cyclone is having on the mining sector, we're joined on the phone by the Chief Operating Officer of Xstrata Copper, North Queensland. So welcome, Steve to Kruijff. Thank you very much for joining us. What can you tell us? I know you've just been in crisis talks.
Yeah, we've just had our meeting and just updating the site and what we're doing on the site. So Mount Isa Mines, for your viewers, is a fairly large complex. It's multiple mines and processing plants, and it sits very close to the community of Mount Isa. From about 2 o'clock today, 2 p.m. today, we started a site evacuation and moving people off-site and back to their homes in the community. And we had that should be finished in about 10 minutes. By 4 p.m. we'll have all non-essential staff and workforce and contractors off-site, and we're sort of closing down the operation.
Now, it's been a rough old time for Queensland of late. You had the floods and now, of course, cyclone season kicking off with a bang here, the strongest storm apparently that the country has ever seen. I mean, how is this expected to affect copper prices and indeed the prices of other commodities that are produced there in Queensland?
Look, I think there probably will be some short-term increases probably in prices, obviously because of supply. But at this stage, we're really not in a position to be able to know what sort of impact this will have on us. We've only been offline now for a couple of hours, so yeah, until we really see what happens with this storm, we really won't know.
So this is something that you're used to dealing with, storms and shutting down the mines temporarily, but have you ever seen anything like this in your history of working in the business there?
No, we certainly haven't seen a storm or a cyclone of this intensity move so far inland and maintain some of its structure. So coming from a level 5 down to a level 1, possibly when it hits Mount Isa, is still quite extreme in terms of storm events that have occurred here in the past. So we're still not really quite sure what to expect.
Now, is there anything that the government can do as it rebuilds Queensland after the floods to make infrastructure a bit better so that this sort of thing is easier to deal with in the future, in your opinion?
Look, I think the government will be looking at that quite surely, because there are some infrastructures that were quite old that have been damaged, and in the renewal process, I'm sure that additional risk assessment will go into planning better outcomes or more modern outcomes to ensure that if we do get events like this in the future, that we can sustain our infrastructure a lot better.
Steve, are you glad you're not in agriculture at the moment? Have they been hit harder?
I think they've been hit pretty hard as well, especially up along that coastal line with the bananas and the sugar cane, and even some of the dairy areas I'm hearing have been impacted pretty badly.